So in this video, I want to talk to you about why the opposite is true in the market when you're investing, whether it's the property market or whether it's the stock market. It's the opposite of what you want to do. If you want to be ahead in the market, you must be a leader and not a follower. Let's get straight into it. Hey you, you, don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because trading is difficult, right? There's so many areas you need to know to become a good trader. Trading systems, mindset, the foundations, chart reading. There's so many areas you need to know to become a really, really good trader. So this video here is to become educational only, and there is no guarantees of making any money on any single given one trade. So be smart about the way that you're trading and protect yourself. Also, grab a 100% free brand new 12-hour trading course, foundations, chart reading, trading systems, and so much more, mindset. Link in the description. Go click it right now. I'm giving away 100% free access. Link in the description right now. All right, so let's get straight into it right now. And the reason why I wanted this video for you, because I think a lot of people, even myself, have completely got this wrong of being the leader or the follower. Now, what do I mean by that? A follower, which is most of the public, what do? They wait for someone to talk about it, or they wait for a lot of people to talk about it. They wait for the price action to take off. They wait for things to take off, and then they jump on. Now, if you understand anything about how the markets work fundamentally on a chart, just on the basis of how the markets work, how do the markets work? They run up, and then guess what happens after they run up for a while? They pull back. Now, guess what exactly what I just said there a minute ago. What do followers do? They wait for the price action to take off. Everyone starts talking about it, and they start to jump in, and then the price pulls back, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe the market pulled back against me." Makes sense? So this is the reason why a lot of people struggle in the markets. Is one of the reasons. Now, trading is difficult and as a whole, right? You've got to have emotional control and so on and so forth. But trading is difficult on a whole. Now, the thing is that because people don't fundamentally understand how the markets work, and they think if something's going up, it's going to keep going up, this is where they get it all wrong. Now, the opposites are true in the markets. Whenever people are really greedy, whenever a lot of people are getting into the markets, that is the wrong time. And I'll give you an example here of, just say, for example, Bitcoin. All right. Now, whether you like Bitcoin, this is not me saying Bitcoin's a good thing, Bitcoin's a bad thing, or anything like that. What I am saying is, I'm going to bring up a daily chart here. All right. So this is just the daily chart of Bitcoin right now. All right, and we know how high it went. Now, the thing is this. Okay, the thing is this: is that what happened? Think about this as opposites. Okay, in the markets. Now, again, I'm not saying Bitcoin's a good thing now. I'm not saying Bitcoin's bad or anything like that. I'm just telling you, look at the law of opposites in the markets. Now, what is the law of opposites in the markets? The law of opposites in the markets simply says, when everyone is talking about something, that is the wrong time to be getting into it. Now, I don't know about you, but I had my brother-in-law talk about it. I had my barber talking about it. I had my gym owner talking about it. Guess where? When it started to get above 15,000, everyone was talking about it. Even the news media did an interview with Jordan Belfort saying, this is just easy money to make. Now, I want you to think of the law of opposites in the markets. Okay? Whenever that is happening, when everyone is talking about it, we need to remove ourselves from the following to the leading. It's like, hang on a minute, this is just not right. This is now getting into the capitulation mode. If you understand how bubbles work, right? When someone gets into capitulation mode, everyone wants to get involved with it. Everyone wants to get in. And then suddenly what happens? The market comes down. Everyone talking about it is generally the sign of a top. Now, depending on the news, if it's very positive news, what's generally the top in the market? Now, for me, I live in Sydney, Australia. Now, for me, I know about 12 or so months ago, the news media was covering how amazing the Sydney property market was, and how well it's been booming, and how well it's been taking off, and all this sort of stuff. Guess what happened ever since that news media came out, which was 12 months plus ago? The property market's been slowly pulling back ever since that news media came out about how good the property market was. Now, on the flip side is also true. Let me bring up the Dow Jones here for a minute. And I'm going to bring up the Dow Jones here. And the flip side is also true. What is the flip side? The flip side is looking at, let me go back to this weekly chart here for a minute. And instead of looking at the weekly chart, let's go back here. Let me see if I can bring up our 6 day. See what the 6 day, okay, cool. The 6 days going to this. Now, if we have a look at the Dow Jones, the truth is opposites of what people think. For example, if you look at when 2008 happened, right? Did anyone want to buy property in the American market? No one, right? No one. I had a lot of my mentors saying right now is the best time to be in the property market. But guess what I did? I was fearful. Why? Because there was so much bad crap happening in the market at that time. When everyone is really, really fearful, that's where you should be buying. Now, would you have liked to bought more property in America? It doesn't matter where it was, back in 09, 010 and held it for 10 years. You'd be very, very, very happy, right? I had an opportunity to buy, to get in a few really, really good deals, big blocks of units and so on and so forth. I'm kicking myself for not doing it now. But guess what happened? When everyone's fearful, that's where you should be greedy. So I use that, and I even use that in some of my property investing here in Australia. It's like, okay, where I want to buy property is where everyone is so negative at, we're so pessimistic, right? Because it's a long-term thing. Again, now, how do you use that in the stock market? If I go and have a look at the 08, right? So this is the 08, this is the 2008 stock market crash. Now, when did the whole Lehman Brothers and all that sort of stuff with the banks happen? Well, we can pretty much see it on the chart, right? When did it start happening? It started happening in, and let me take this off the screen here. Let me see if I can open this up a bit more. All right, there we go. When did it happen? Again, I'm going back to 08 here. But when did the whole Lehman Brothers start to happen? It started happening in what? October. Started a little bit in September, right? And then it really started to hit the market when? Started to hit the market in October, November. Okay, so as you can see on the charts, right, we really started to sell off here quite strongly. Running in from basically this is just basically a weekly chart essentially. So the first few weeks of October, right, we started seeing the banking news coming out, which started setting this market down. Now the interesting thing is, look at this here. The market started to come down. All the news media would have been all over the banking collapse here right now. What is this here? What is that? That is what? That is what you call the bottom in the market. Can you see how the news media, all this fear and greed happened, and then literally 12 months later, we created a bottom, which was the biggest booming market in history. No one wanted to be part of the stock market. If you guys have seen The Big Short, comment below if you've seen The Big Short. What happened at the very end of the movie? The boss said, "I can't believe," on the telephone, right, on the voice message. He said, "I can't believe you're buying stocks right now." So the purpose of this video here is to try to get you out of that following mentality and more of a leading mentality of around the economy and around your investing for long term. Because again, myself, I've always been following what other people do, right? Following what other people say. Oh, the stock market, everyone says the stock market's going to crash, so I'm going to be do. You know what I mean? Like we follow along with what everyone else says, and guess what? Most people get creamed. I heard a interview, or I think Sir John Templeton. Comment below if you know about this story. Tony Robbins said that he interviewed him and how he became so wealthy in the stock market in the Great Depression. From memory, he took $10,000, split them up into, I think it was like penny stocks or whatever, or all the stocks underneath $1, and then held them, and I think he became a billionaire or something like that. I don't know. Comment below if you actually know that story. But I guess the purpose of this video is to try to get you thinking outside the box of when everyone's really, really, really positive about something, whether it's the property market or the stock market, that's where you should be really, really nervous. When people are very fearful about that thing and they don't really talk about that thing and they're very quiet about that thing, and then there's like, oh, don't touch that thing. Guess what you should be doing? You should be greedy. Now, greedy in the sense of understanding. Now, you're looking at this is more of investing. This is not trading here. Okay, trading is more about looking for a proper setup and getting in and proper management. Investing is like, you know what? I know right now roughly I'm getting in at the bottom. I might be wrong by a few months or 3 to 6 months or whatever. But I know over the next, say, 6 months, 2 years, things are going to start to pick up in my favor long term. I don't know where the bottom is going to be, but I'm getting all these signs right now. Right? It's counterintuitive, the opposite of what a lot of people are saying. So if you use that right now, and you use what is everyone doing right now? Everyone's getting out of what? Silver and gold, and they're getting into stock market, right? Amazon and all that sort of stuff. They're just piling into that. So what is most people fearful of right now? What do most people don't want to touch right now as we speak? The silver and gold market, even the silver and gold ETFs, even the silver and gold miners, like the silver and gold miner stocks. Why? Because not only do especially the silver market, silver and gold, right? Every time it rallies, it goes down. Every time it rallies, it goes down. Every time it rallies, it goes down. And people are just so sick and tired of gold, right? No one's like, I heard some people say in America, right? No one wants to touch gold right now. Can't you see that in the short term, yes, it may pull back a little bit more, but in the long term, this is probably the best investment to do long term. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be guaranteed, but yes, we may have a bit of a short-term pullback. Heck, we may pull back for another 6 months here out of the silver and gold market. But guess what's likely to come out of the next probably 5 years? Which one has the better probability, just based on what I've been saying in this video, of where the next greatest transformation is? Where is the next boom in the economy? It's where everyone says, don't touch that thing. Which is what? Silver and gold and miners. No one wants to be involved in miners. Everyone wants to be rare. Everyone wants to be part of crypto. Everyone wants to be part of the stock market. Can you see what I'm saying here? Now, this is not my opinion. This is a fact of everything that you see in the markets, and you see, like, even world wars. Like, I've even studied every single war. I've studied wars in history. Guess what happens? Guess what happens when we actually go to a war? Right? You would think, oh my goodness, war, where the market's going to collapse. Guess what happens in the market? It actually rebounds. We actually go through a bit of a V bottom and we start to take off. And guess where the war is? Right here. Yes, we have a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. The war starts here. We have a knee-jerk reaction down, but it creates a massive bull market. You think a war would be bad for the markets. Everything is opposite to what you think. So again, this whole video here is to try to get you thinking like a leader, not listening to the whole herd, listening to the herd with the thinking of everyone's saying this, so I need to be doing this. And I've been showing you and talking to you about a few examples of how that works in the markets and what's happening right now. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about where everyone is fearful right now. And if everyone's fearful about that, that should be the greatest opportunity. And you tell me right now, where is everyone the most greediest right now? Therefore, we should be getting out of that or possibly shorting it.